Welcome to Fake News Northwest. It is February 10th, 2017, and I am your host, Jezebel, and I'm here to tell you the shit that no one else has the balls to. I'm joined with Jesse this evening, my faithful companion. First up, we have Fukushima. Apparently they've been leaking 100,000 tons of radioactive waste into the Pacific Ocean every day for the last 6 years. The levels are so high, in fact, they won't even admit it. But it seems to me, maybe they don't know. There's 1,400 radioactive sites that have been disruptive in Japan from Fukushima and the earthquake and the preceding tsunami. The levels are so bad, they decided that they were going to send in a robot to see what kind of damage was done. And in fact, that robot made it about an hour, and it died because of the toxicity. So there is a level that is just beyond. We're all screwed. So basically, 100,000 tons of radioactive waste for the last 6 years, every day for the last 6 years. So I'm mortified. And I don't even know what to say to that. But I do have a point that I would like to make, and it goes back to 1994. I'm going to talk about something that happened. I was on a crab fishing boat. I was on the Renegade. Doug Starkey was the captain, and we were out for Ophelia's. It's a wintertime season, and yeah, it was tough. 40-foot swells, middle of winter. It was hell. I was seasick for the first 2 weeks. Anyway, my boyfriend was a deckhand on this vessel, and one day I was in the wheelhouse observing him on deck, and he proceeded to throw overboard garbage bags of garbage. And I was so shocked by it. I immediately ran out there, and I was like, "What the hell are you doing?" And he's like, "Yeah, I know. I don't like it either, but that's what we do." There was 175 boats on the fleet for that season, just for that season. So they all throw their garbage overboard every single day, and it makes me think about, Fukushima and what it's putting in the ocean every day, and then, I reflect on how they would complain about the crabs coming up missing legs, and they're not big, and there's not enough of them, and then I think about that garbage pile in the Pacific Rim that's bigger than New York. Okay, so hello, does not anybody give a shit about Mother Earth? I mean, we're shitting in our own backyard. You shit where you eat, and that's the problem. So, before we point the finger, or, we're all of us, are guilty. We're all guilty because we didn't do a fucking thing about it. This is not the way it should have been. This is not the way God intended, or whoever intended, I'll tell you. So now they want to build a tether to the moon. Sounds like a good idea. In fact, I had a roommate, I won't mention his name, but hey, and he's on a team of scientists who plan to build a tether to the moon. So between the Earth and the moon, halfway point, there's a space called the Van Allen belt, and there is zero gravity there at the Van Allen. So they figure if they start at the Van Allen belt, they could tether from there to the moon. Well, it sounds good in theory, but I don't think we need to go to another planet to fuck it up. I wouldn't let us. If I was God or the aliens or whatever, I would not let us have another planet or the moon or any other planet. In fact, they've probably already left us. If the elites are truly in control the way they should be, I would have left our asses here a long time ago. So, with that, I would like to say, how many of us go through life doing shit that is mundane? We're working for someone else. We're not doing what makes us happy, or spending time with our families, or, with the ones we love, or any of that, because we're slaves to the machine. there's a new series I've been watching on Netflix, No Tomorrow, and this guy's a lot like me. I think he's like me. He believes that the asteroid's going to hit us, and you know that may be true. I have reserved myself to consider all the possibilities, and whatever I think is right, you know, is probably wrong. I'm probably wrong about everything. The things they teach us in school and history, they're probably all wrong or lies, because the powers that be, they're liars, and they don't want us to know things, and so they want us to be good slaves, be good little zombies, and go find Pikachu, and you know, that goes right back to, you know, the Super Bowl. That was the lamest Super Bowl I think I've ever witnessed. I felt the whole time like I was being distracted. There's something more important going on. You know, what's this? Why am I watching this fucking lame-ass game? Even though I actually bet on the team that won. It was pretty fucking lame the way they got it. They didn't deserve it. Needless to say. They just about got their asses kicked. Anyway. So, being distracted is nice and healthy, and that's good, because, I mean, truly, when it comes down to it, I'm not going to be a sheep and be led like most of you will. You're going to follow along with script, and you're going to do what you're told, because you're little good conformists, and I'm not. I'm not going to sit down and shut up. I won't. That's not my style. So just shoot me in the fucking head when I answer the door. Okay, so, aside from that, I don't think we deserve another planet. I don't think that we've taken care of the one we have. And if the aliens don't stop us, unfortunately, I live on a planet full of pussies, and self-serving pussies that just don't care about anybody but themselves. Or even that, they don't care about themselves. They care about what right now, instant gratification. Entitlement, yeah. White entitlement. I'm not entitled. I used to have that attitude because I was born, you were all going to pay for it. You were all going to pay because I was born and I didn't ask for the shit, and that the world owed me. Well, the world doesn't owe me shit. I know that now. And it doesn't owe you shit either. So, at the end of the day, the only thing that's left is how we treated each other and the planet. You know, you could know some guy that's got all kinds of money and, you know, cars and houses and you know, the trophy wife or whatever. Well, I'll tell you, at the end of the day, you can go to his funeral and they'll be like, oh yeah, man, he had a lot of money and, you know, great car and, you know, the chicks and all that, but what a fucking prick, right? At the end of the day, all that's left is how you treat each other. So, try to do something that you would want to do in this life that matters. Something that matters, that is going to define who you are as a person. Because your job doesn't, your money doesn't, your house, your car, it probably just makes you a prick anyway. Think about who matters, what matters. How you treat people is all that's left. And how, you know, you stick up for the little guy. You know, stick up for somebody that matters. That matters. It's not all about, you know, glory and what we can get out of this life. It's about what we can give and what we have to offer, and teach patience and love. I mean, everything I think I know is probably wrong, but I think that at the end of the day, as long as we can love each other. So, with that, I would like to say, just remember there's a little truth in every conspiracy, and before you judge, take a look in the mirror. Peace out.